Hello and welcome to my monthly. I decided to start a new series of vlogs, different from the one I normally do. Now my normal one is a weekly vlog where I talk about my health and fitness and diet and that sort of thing. But I thought I'd like to branch out and do something that's a little bit more personal and not just about my weight loss journey. So I'm going to try and video a little bit every day where I can and put something together sort of as a journal for my month. Today has been gloriously sunny. I think it's probably the best weather we've had so far this year. Now, my family's having a bit of a get-together today to celebrate Easter a little bit late and also celebrate my granddad's birthday. Unfortunately, Grandad can't be there because he's currently in hospital after injuring his leg. So I popped in on him on the way, took a little bit of a detour, visited him in hospital and then headed off to my uncle's house. The weather was wonderful, we had lots of sun, there were games, there were kids playing about, we had footballs and tennis balls and rugby balls and all sorts. I even had a bit of a throw about with my dad, which hasn't happened for probably about 15 years. I didn't get any videos of what we did during the day. I didn't know if people would want to be videoed, so I thought just enjoy the day and spend time with my family rather than worrying about what I'm going to put in a vlog. On my way home, the battery on my phone almost ran out, so I had to find my own way back, which I do find difficult sometimes, especially when I'm on my own. I can panic a bit when I don't know where I am or where I'm going. Thankfully, I do know how to read road signs, so I was able to find my way back home. And it only took about 20 minutes longer than I think it was supposed to originally, so I count that as a bit of a win. I did get some sunburn from sitting in the sun yesterday. It's only on one side of me though because I sat with my left side to south, so I ended up just catching all the sun on my left side. This morning I've done meal prep for the week. I've made my breakfasts and my lunches. I didn't film my breakfast, but they were smoothies that I've put in the freezer. And then for my lunch I've put together some vegetables to roast, which I'm going to have with pita breads and take those in for my lunches during the week. So after doing all my meal prep, I started doing some video editing, but I felt very, very tired, and I think it was the sun catching up with me from yesterday. So I went and had a bit of a nap to prepare myself for the evening because we were going to Chris's parents to have some barbecue because it is a bank holiday and they only live across the road, so we don't have to travel too far to go and see them. This week I had to take 2 days off sick. It was because I had heat stroke. At first I thought it was some kind of bug or maybe I had food poisoning or something, but I ruled those out because my other half, who has pretty much eaten the same things as me, hasn't caught anything off me, has been absolutely fine. It was only when I went back to work today and I spoke to my manager, she said that she thought I probably had heat stroke, and we talked through the symptoms, how I've been feeling and that sort of thing, and we realised that that's what it was. Now, she grew up in Australia where, obviously, those of you who know what the weather's like there, it is very easy to get heat stroke. So they teach kids and adults, I assume, how to avoid getting heat stroke, what can cause it and how to combat it and that sort of thing. Whereas because I live in the UK and I don't go outside because I don't like the sun, I don't like being hot, it's never occurred to me how bad you can feel. And heat stroke can get very serious, especially with people like myself who are very, very much overweight. It can be very dangerous. So I think my boss was very concerned about me. She had her concerned mum voice on when she was telling me about it, and I do understand how dangerous it is now. The thing is, while I was off, I was searching heat stroke symptoms, how long it lasts and things like that, and everything I found in the UK on the websites was only talking about the short term, like if someone is currently suffering heat stroke because they are currently in the sun and how to stop it, but it didn't give any indication on how long it can last and how bad you can feel. Like, I'm not doing boot camp tonight, and I was in work today. Now normally if I'm in work and boot camp is on, I'm doing it, but I spoke to my manager. She's not a medical professional. She said, you know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend to know about it. But from her own personal experience and from secondhand experience, she knows that doing exercise whilst still recovering from heat stroke is detrimental to your health. So she advised me not to do it, and I agreed with her. So I've not done boot camp tonight, and I hate the fact that I'm not doing it. But for the sake of my health, I'm better off not doing it. We've got some friends coming to stay soon, so we decided to clear out the spare room so we can actually use it as a spare room. This is my latest knitting project. It's a little blanket that I'm making for a friend of mine who's expecting. I've got many more blankets in the pipeline, but this is just the most recent one. The sun's shining, so I'm making the most of it by sorting out the spare room. The only trouble is that everything that was in there is now out here. To celebrate Chris's birthday, we have gone off to Amsterdam for a few days. It's only a short trip, but I have done a full video of all the footage that both Chris and I took while we were away, which you can see further back on my channel. We had a wonderful time with Chris and all his family, and it was very warm and very, very sunny. I managed to stave off the heat stroke this time, which I was very proud of, and I did do a lot more walking than I'm used to, so I will be waiting a little while before I have another holiday like that, but I did manage a lot more than I would have done a year or two ago, so I'm very proud of that, even though I did spend most of the holiday moaning that I was too hot and my feet hurt, and I apologise to everyone I was on holiday with if that got too annoying. Today is Chris's birthday and I haven't filmed very much, but we did go to his parents for breakfast and then also back in the evening for tea, where we had a lot of cheese, and in the afternoon we just chilled at home. This morning I've been working on some voiceover work that I got online, and we'll be heading off to the arcade later to continue the birthday celebrations for Chris. To continue Chris's birthday celebrations, we went to the arcade in Bury, which I've made yet another video on because I do love the place. I did intend on taking more footage than I did, but I was enjoying myself too much to film a lot of it. Both Chris and I had the bank holiday Monday off, so we went to go and visit my granddad, who's now home from the hospital, thankfully, and we had planned on going to the seafront near where he lives, but on our way there we realised just how busy it was going to be and decided it was probably a good idea just to come back home again. Now that we're back in work after holidays, we're taking the evenings very easy. I've been making easier to store balls of wool, and Chris has mostly been playing World of Warcraft. So that was my May, and I hope you enjoyed it.